Welcome to GameBros. This is Kuko, and this is not Prodigy. This will be the seat that Prodigy does sit in. Right now, I just wanted to start off a little bit and just start the show off. They're running a little late. We are a small team. I basically do most of the heavy lifting, and Prodigy does most of the work on the show. My brother DJ Fuego is the co-host, and so they were at this big massive meeting trying to get us more stuff with our show basically, and so they're on their way. They should be getting here soon. Maybe we can do just a quick overview of what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff. As you guys know, last week they introduced the PlayStation Slim. They introduced the PlayStation Pro. So we're going to go over that a little bit, talk about specs, stuff like that. I have a lot of people that come up to me that know me from everyday life. They just come up to me and ask me, hey, what should I do? Should I buy a PlayStation Slim? Should I buy a Pro? So we're going to go over the pros and cons, and we're going to go a little in depth and what one does over the other. You see DJ Fuego walking in all pimped out in his suit. Look at Prodigy. So I guess we can start the show. We'll oh my goodness. So we're gonna put back the thing, and we're gonna start the show off proper. So, welcome to GameBros. This is Kuko.
This is DJ Fuego.
Coming to you live from our GameBros studios here in beautiful Miami, Florida. And it's basically like riding a bike, man.
Oh, yeah.
No matter how long we've been gone, no matter how long it takes, we still know how to ride that bicycle.
Right.
As you can see, we got a couple of new things. We actually have a nice, beautiful new logo we're rocking now. We got rid of the old crappy logo. We went with this new logo. We got rid of the sports themes that was in the show, and we rocked it with some new themes. I think the biggest upgrade was actually for Prodigy.
Yes,
Prodigy's
definitely.
got a new desk. He's got his camera now.
He's got his own camera.
Show off the camera, Prodigy. Don't be shy. Hey, there goes Prodigy. So, like always, we always start off with a little bit of tech news. This is not something new, but it's something that I wanted to talk about because it's something that I used, and I actually wanted other people to use it.
Yeah.
Because, like us, a lot of people that watch us are normal people, just everyday people, and when they watch the show and they're like, I never knew that, or this or that, and they're like common things. Amazon Prime now. Yeah. Everyone knows Amazon is a big company that sells a lot of stuff, a lot of product. A lot of people don't know what Amazon Prime is. Can you explain just what Amazon Prime is?
Amazon Prime is like a upgrade of a normal. Well, it's like being a membership of Amazon with a little upgrade with little things that you get, features and other things that you get from being
perks and stuff.
Yeah, perks and stuff from being their member of their.
So I'm gonna stop you there. So it costs $99 a year
Yes.
or $11 a month.
Yes.
You hear people like, that's crazy. Why would I pay that? You pay that for BJ's. You pay that for Costco.
Yeah.
So it's basically the same thing. I just don't understand the mentality there, but that's fine. So,
But you get a lot for it. That's the
Yes.
thing. You get all their video content. Not all of it. Their Prime videos, which is a lot.
basically like a Netflix style.
Exactly. Everything that Netflix has, they got it basically, except for some of the shows and stuff. But still, like they have some videos. It's much easier to see the content, and you have their movies and other content that's there on the same channel or whatever. You get your deliveries on some of the products. You save some money on some of the products that
You get a discounted price.
order. You have discounted price, and you have next day delivery or 2-day delivery for free.
For free. So
Which is awesome.
just in the deliveries, it pays off itself.
Yeah, definitely.
Every time we talk about this, I always tell the story about Christmas, how I kind of procrastinated and I needed all the stuff shipped to me early. And I use Amazon Prime to get all the stuff to me. So what is Amazon Prime now?
Now, Amazon Prime Now is another service that's only on certain cities, bigger cities. It first started with 4, and now it's about 15, I would say. But they have all the major cities, and what that does is that they'll give you a delivery in 2 hours, which is insane. So, if you want usually what they're trying to do is have a trend where you're missing, I need to clean my clothes. Oh man, I ran out of Tide. I need some Tide. Hey, I could just order in 2 hours. By the time this dries out, I get the order coming in and I already got it. I don't have to go to the store. I don't have to go nowhere. Hey, why don't I tie other things? I'm missing, bleach. I'm missing some dishwasher soap. Hey, I'm missing
Pampers.
a camera, Pampers, tissue paper, whatever you need. I could do it, and they come to my house 2 hours later, and I don't have to go nowhere.
Yeah, and you could track it on the app and everything.
Yeah.
Actually, there's 40 cities.
40 cities. Oh, okay.
So it's cool. I used it to buy the monitor that Prodigy's using. I used it to buy these cables. And it was something like that. Like I wanted to upgrade the monitor, so I looked and I saw this monitor. I'm like, okay, let me order it. So and then I'm like, okay, I started asking my wife, what do you need? What is this? And then we combine everything together, and then you track the car coming to your house, and here you go, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, It's amazing. I don't have to leave my house. I don't have to deal with people. I don't have to deal with all the crap. I don't have to go to Best Buy, and I don't have to leave my house.
Yeah, different places too. If you had to get a cable, you had to go to
Radio Shack
or a music place, and then TVs, you got to go over there. Oh, they don't even have those monitors over there, or they don't have this, and we're back order.
We're out of stock.
Yeah, or people don't even know what they're selling in their stores. I know that happened to you this week.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So we'll
know
what you're gonna get
later.
Yeah.
But look, like Prodigy got his yes, Prodigy, just click on it. We got a caller and Prodigy's like going crazy. We got the monitor through that. We got the keyboard through that. We got the mouse through that. We got everything basically. Just holy crap!
HGC almost tried to kill you.
It's been a long time.
Yes, a long time. How you doing, caller?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Are you guys, giving away anything? I just, joined the stream. You guys giving away anything,
Today, honestly, we were so busy trying to set everything up that we didn't set up a contest. But next week we will. We did have a huge contest, the end of the summer contest, which ended. So we're going to announce the winner today. But as far as, I know what you're talking about. We usually do something called Video Game 20 Questions, where we let you guys try to answer and we give something away.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that sounds great, man. Just glad to have you back.
Oh no, thank you. Thank you for calling, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I that's what I miss about doing our show. Like all our fans, the people that want to call in and participate. And that's the difference between our show and other shows. We always talk about that, right?
Yes.
How other shows you're just watching. And you might chat here and there, and then they'll go through the chat, but they'll never mention it.
No, or they'll
in the chat
nitpick
room.
the right questions or the right comments. Oh, this guy commented, but there's 100 other comments, which it's totally what they're trying to ask or trying to to set up for some questions or something like that.
So the other thing that Amazon Prime does that I didn't know is that you can actually order food.
Yeah.
So if you go to Amazon Prime now, you could actually look up your city, and then you could see the different restaurants you could order food from.
Yeah.
And they'll deliver the food right to your house. I know you could just call a food service,
but they
or
deliver
whatever.
it though, and there's some good foods and stuff like that.
But these are restaurants that
Yeah.
they actually go to the restaurant, get the food,
And then
and they'll deliver it to you. So it's pretty
crazy.
cool. So I thought that was something cool to talk about. I know
that restaurant thing is more for like New York, Miami, downtowns, because it's very hard to go get the car out of the parking lot or go to the subway to go to a certain restaurant. Or, man, I got to go catch a cab, and the cab costs me like $20, this and that. That service is perfect for you. Maybe there's people asking me, why am I going to, order food? It's for that. Or maybe you have a date and you don't even have anything planned. Hey, baby, I cooked some food. Just order that thing in 2 hours. It'll be right there.
you just unpack it and make it seem like you
boom,
cooked the food.
It's done.
Another service that I wanted to talk about is nothing new, and it's something called PlayStation Now.
Yeah.
But the only thing that is new is that you're able to play on your PC.
Yes.
So this is a very good thing. Like the first person that popped into mind is one of my cousins. His name is Johan. He is not a big gamer, but his son likes the game.
Yeah.
So for him to invest like $500 on a new video card or system, it's a lot of money for his son to play.
Yeah.
But he could easily afford $20 a month, and his son has the ability to play 400 plus games. So you can play all these PlayStation 1 classics, PlayStation 4, just PlayStation games in general. They have you're watching all the different games on the screen right now, and I thought that was an awesome deal because all you have to do is go get a PlayStation 4 controller. You could even use an Xbox controller, plug it in, and that's it. You're good to go. You pay $20 a month, and basically how it works is that a couple of years ago, PlayStation bought a company called Gaikai, and the PlayStation Now is doing all the streaming and the crunching, and all the computer is doing is streaming the video.
Yeah.
So that's what lets you play all these high-end, like, God of War and all this stuff on just on a regular PC.
I mean, that's a lot of bang for your buck. You're talking about 400 games, 400 games. Your kids are never going to get tired. They're never going to get tired. You can go through all the different genres and hit a game every week and you still won't get tired of it. I think that's sweet.
There's sports games. There's action-adventure games. There's kids games.
Racing.
There's Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal. Everything's on there. I think it's sweet. And even for other countries and stuff like that, they can't, afford it or stuff like that. I think it's sweet. You don't have a need to PlayStation. You just get a computer. Everybody has one. Sometimes even the TVs have that you can play on just the TV itself. You can
Some
have
Samsung and PlayStation, Sony TVs got built in when their smart TVs have built-in PlayStation Now capability. And you're looking at $120 for the whole year.
Yeah.
So you're getting a lot of gaming for a small price. And the big thing, like I said, now you could download the app and play it on your PlayStation.
That's 2 games
on your computer.
Basically, you're buying 2 games for the price of $400.
Yeah.
If you look at that way.
So I thought that was
really
something
cool.
that I wanted to talk about, the PlayStation Now.
Yeah.
Now coming to PC. I downloaded it on the PC and it works amazing. It just streams all the games to you.
Yeah.
Like you can play Ni no Kuni, which is a RPG that has like 60 hours of gameplay.
Jeez.
So just that, you can just knock yourself out and play that for a long time.
But I mean, all that, you got numbers of counts. You see in the video, like all these games right here are just freaking amazing.
Just God of War 1, 2, 3.
Twisted Metal.
You got
all
the Uncharted
games, all the
Uncharted
Uncharted
1, 2, 3.
That's it. You paid for it.
So PlayStation Now, check it out if you want to. It's very easy. Just go to PlayStationNow.com and download the app, and you can just start playing away, playing to your heart's content. And like I said, all you need is a PlayStation 4 controller.
Kind of sound like PlayStation
salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a PlayStation heavy thing because of the whole announcement last week. So might as well jump into the whole PlayStation Slim talk. So PlayStation announced, and we actually have some pictures. Yeah, PlayStation started slimming down. So they announced the PlayStation Slim. So this is going to be the new system from now on.
Yes.
They're getting rid of the old one. They're also replacing the old controllers with a new controller.
Yes.
You want to tell me what's new on the new ones?
It has only 2 new features. It has a light bar on the top of the touchpad to indicate, what color are you, what player are you. I think that's a nice feature because, like today, I was watching Prodigy and his family play, and I saw that each of them had a different color, but they can't really know that they have a color. Or
like, what color am I?
Exactly,
Yeah.
like unless you just turn the controller and you look at it. But I think it's a nice feature that you see, hey, it's red or green, or like in the other games they have potions and you mix it and stuff like that. You get to
Or
see
when you
that.
get hit.
Yeah, or when you get hit, you get to see that light, flash at you, and it's pretty sweet. At the other feature that is good for fighting games, where you can connect your USB-C and it's direct connect, so you have low
USB-C
latency.
now?
No, just a USB.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. A normal USB, I don't know what it is.
Micro USB.
Micro USB. And it has a low latency, so you have no lag, no nothing on those fighting games if you want to get that cutting edge on some other players.
Yeah. So those are two cool new features, and before, like, I thought that happened already. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Didn't
Yeah,
do that.
Me neither.
Because we're not in the fighting scene, and I always thought that I'm charging it, I'm getting something out of having it plugged in,
Yeah.
but apparently it was just charging the
No.
whole time. And the whole light thing, I think it's not something that we were all clamoring for. Like, I want to see the light, but
Yeah.
I think it's a nice little detail.
If it's not broken, no, if it works, just don't even break it, or what was it?
No, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke,
Don't fix it. Basically, that's what they ended up doing. They didn't want to change it at all because they know.
I
that
hope they increase the
it's
battery
good.
life. I heard something that they did.
I'm not
Because
sure.
the battery life on the PlayStation 4 controllers suck.
Yeah, they're like average 4 hours or something like that.
I
I don't know. Mine's never dying.
Yeah, I don't have that problem. I
Yeah,
play for like
Google,
6,
it's
7
only
hours,
you
bro.
that has a problem with the controllers.
Yeah, I play like 6, 7 hours Rainbow or these guys, and I'm fine. And at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I'm almost done. Let me just charge it, and I'm good.
maybe it's because my kids leave it uncharged or something.
I guess.
But every time I gotta go through, this one's dead, this one's dead, this one's dead. It's like, oh my goodness. So what's the price on this bad boy? So it's a 0.5 terabyte hard drive, which
Yeah.
is 500 gigs.
And it starts at $299. They gave it a $50 rebate. Cut the price, cut the weight, and it saves energy, and it's a lot lighter. It's 15% lighter, so you're gonna get a lot of cutting over here.
Okay, so do we get any boost inside the actual hardware of the machine compared to the old PlayStation?
The boost in graphics or anything like that? I don't think so.
Okay.
It's the same stuff. They are gonna do a update where you're gonna get HDR,
They
high
did.
dynamic range, which they already did. Which
So that firmware was in this new update, the 4.0?
yeah.
Okay.
So everybody's got HDR on their PlayStations, which is very, very uncommon for somebody to have an HDR set TV, which is very
So
hard.
HDR stands for high dynamic range.
which is adding more colors to the spectrum of your TV,
Okay.
basically.
So what it does, it makes the whites more white and the black more black.
Or the red's more red, like
So instead
it's
of going from red to light red, you have like red, little lighter, little lighter,
yeah,
little
just
lighter.
adding more colors. So you get true color.
To make
feel.
it more realistic, especially for
Exactly.
lighting, is like the big thing, right?
Yeah, because like if
My thing is like, so just a firmware update did this for me.
yeah, that's what
Like,
I'm
why
saying.
didn't we
like,
do this before?
It's because there's no HDR TVs out there,
Okay.
and the software companies and the games haven't produced HDR yet.
So the good thing is that now there is, and I'm assuming from here on out, all the consoles
Yeah,
will have
everybody
HDR.
wants HDR.
As far as Xbox One, the Xbox One S has it,
Yes,
but the regular Xbox One doesn't.
doesn't have.
I'm sure they'll come up with an update,
Yeah,
a
I'm
firmware
pretty
update. If
sure.
it's something that you could firmware update, why not do it?
Yeah, I mean, I would be pretty mad if they couldn't do it, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna do it. They
Yeah.
have to. But yeah, like the Xbox S has that and 4K, which is pretty good, and it's leading everybody into buying the Xbox S right now because of that whole 4K thing.
Yeah, the upscaling. So before we go to that, so the Xbox One Slim is out already.
Yes.
So you could get it for $299. Now, when it came out, they made it seem like when this came out, you could get the new controllers. But that didn't happen. The controllers come out on September 27th. So in a couple of weeks. Why would they do something like that?
I think that's really retarded. I don't know why would they do something like that. I don't know why would they wait for 27th if there's nothing going on that date. why not release it when somebody's going to go buy a PlayStation? Say, hey, it's got one controller. I have
wanna
a
play
brother. I have a friend. I want to get another controller.
Here,
That's
get
another.
this old one, and then 2 weeks come back and get the new cooler one that we're trying to push onto you.
Yeah, that's a very bad move on PlayStation or Sony's fault. I really don't know who thought about that one.
Same thing with the cameras. They came out with a new
Yeah,
camera. It
I
looks
would've-
amazing. It looks cool. But and then it's like this one's gonna be good for VR. But guess what? The camera that comes with the bundle is not this new camera, the
Yeah.
good one we have. You have to wait for that one.
I think they're just trying to sell out on all the ones that they had left over and just
Yeah,
take
they don't
them
want to
all out, sell them out.
cannibalize themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Back of the closet.
So, Prodigy, do you want to read us those specs that you brought up right now?
This.
This is a little comparison sheet between the PlayStation 4, Xbox One S, Xbox One, and the old PlayStation. So, what benefits do we get?
Well, we see here that PlayStation 4 did get the HDR compatibility, which we talked about. And Xbox One doesn't have it maybe yet. The PlayStation Pro has 4K games and upscaling to the games that how do you say, like, don't run on 4K?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, this is something that I was gonna get into when we talked about the Pro. I'm very upset that both systems do upscaling 4K and not native 4K. When they announced the whole PlayStation Pro thing,
Yeah.
I thought that, oh man, it's a 4K system.
Yeah.
And then I come to find out, no, it's not. It's just an upscaling of it.
Yes.
Can you explain the difference between one and the other?
Well, one upscaling is grabbing a pixel and basically trying to stretch it out or, cutting it in half. And what they do is they double up on pixels.
So they fill in the empty spots with
Exactly.
fake pixels.
With fake ones, which is just like a mirror kind of thing. If it's white, let's put another white one next to it. And then they start filling it up with the same colors and stuff like that. And
So
just-
it becomes like all stitched out.
yeah, basically. And that's what they're doing. And I really don't like that they didn't do that move. I mean, it's a crucial part. And if you're going to step into the future and go into 4K and all that stuff that you guys were talking about and
Especially
not
when
really
you-
doing it.
Especially when you have the PlayStation meeting and that's what you're telling me. Look how good it looks. Look how amazing this 4K. 4K is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
The 3D crap that we tried to sell you last time, we messed up there. This
Yeah.
is the real deal here. HDR and 4K. And you're like, okay, so this system could do that. It kind of can. It will smoke and mirror it
Yeah.
for it to work, but not technically work.
Yeah, I agree with that. Why would you smoke and mirror it and lie in front of everybody or pull out a system that be like, hey, we're going to make a system that doesn't really do it but fakes it, basically. And, we're going to pull it out and make it into a pro version. When you buy a pro version or M3 or a whatever version of anything that's like the top of the
You
top.
got the Viper, and then you got the Viper.
ACR, it's top of the top. You don't have to worry about, hey, do I need something else? No, because that's it. It's capped. That's the top of the top.
Yeah, we maxed it out for you.
Exactly. And what we're getting is like a half-ass, I don't know, bootleg freaking PlayStation here. But you have to understand the pricing. That's where that comes in, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep the cost low. They learned from Nintendo. Cheaper is better in the market.
Okay, so basically the PlayStation Pro is $399. How do you feel about
Yes.
the price?
I think the price is very low. I just, if you're gonna fake it, I guess it's much worth it. They are improving the graphics card on it.
They basically almost
Doubled the
it or
power.
almost tripled.
Almost tripled
Because
the
it went
power.
from a one. You could put there. There's a picture there with the specs, so you could see there the specs of all the machines so far. They don't have the Scorpios because the Scorpios are
uncertain
they,
yet.
they don't know yet. There's some. It's like the theory that this is what we want to get to, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah.
But so they basically went from like a 1.7 teraflop GPU to a almost 5 teraflop
Yeah.
GPU. So that's kind of like almost doubled or
Wait,
tripled.
so the
The normal PlayStation.
no the
Oh.
the
The Xbox One S?
no the data that they showed before, it wasn't even close to 5 teraflops. So was that wrong?
4.2.
It's 4 point something.
It's 4.4.
So they were right. When whoever this is the thing though. That leak that Sony got leaked out kind of damaged Sony's game plan basically.
Yeah,
Because
it
once
forced
it got
their hand.
leaked, Xbox is like, oh crap, Sony's making a new system already. I guess we need to make one. So when they came out on E3 and they say, hey, look, whatever Sony has, this is what's been leaked. We will up that. We're gonna go with 6 teraflops. They got 4
But-
point something. Guess what? We have 6 teraflops.
Well, I was looking into this. I made the study. I wanted to see what was really going on here because, like you said, something that they said, but you don't really verify it. They said that they don't even know how much RAM it has, and they don't know which processor it takes.
Who?
Xbox.
Oh, because they're still developing it.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
their big thing was their GPU power.
Yeah, the GPU. Power.
And
So
that's
then
as far
one
as
thing
video gaming, that's
I-
everything.
Yeah,
Like
kind of.
80% of the battle.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I looked up into something of all the GPUs that have those same specs as the Xbox Scorpio, and the prices were almost like $400 or $500 on a graphics card, just the graphics
Yeah,
card.
just the graphics card.
So I'm thinking, is the Scorpio gonna be like $500 to $600? I mean, there's no way that they can bring that cost any lower to $400 or to $500
But-
because if you start adding all the rest of the stuff, it's gonna be
But
a lot
remember,
more.
the system is not coming out now. It's coming
Yeah.
out in a year and a half from now. So therefore, by the time it comes out, the prices will diminish a little bit.
But still, it's very expensive. And then they're saying that they're gonna have more RAM and they're gonna run DDR5. And I looked up DDR5s, and there's
You can't even buy
you
it.
can't even buy it. And then something
I don't
close,
even know how they get it. but-
something close to it,
They're Microsoft.
it's $200.
Yeah.
So right there, it's almost $500.
They're probably going to take a hit because they want to sell the systems and make it through the
Yeah.
software. But we'll get into that in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. As far as the PlayStation, $400, I think it's a good price. Basically, my brother and I were talking about this. Basically, what we're going to see now is a GPU upgrade.
Yes.
Basically, you're going to get a PlayStation or an Xbox, and in a couple of year or two, you're going to get a new one because it's got a stronger GPU. Just like a computer. You have a computer, you build the tower, and that's the infrastructure we're all trying to
get to.
Because a developer makes a game for PC, then they could just port it over to the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's
makes it
using the
easier.
same architecture, which is 86X,
Yeah.
which is the same as a computer. Why? Because of that same porting over.
You know, for indie developers, that's why you see so many indie games, and that's
Yeah.
why that's all we're playing really.
Yeah, exactly.
Because all these indie games are so easy to just port over, and that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So they're making this happen, and the PlayStation Pro to me for $400, it's not that expensive because, like you said, we're gonna get a stronger GPU.
Yes.
We're gonna get that's basically it though,
If like real
and
power,
and
yes.
a better wireless network adapter
Yes.
because now the new one could actually do 5 gig
5 gigs. Yes.
of megahertz instead of just a 2.5.
Yes.
So that's something that's better.
Yeah.
But that's basically it.
Yeah. It's a lot much bigger. They want to start streaming 4K. You have your 4K and your HDR already into it, but we already talked about it's like a fake-ish 4K and stuff
Well,
like
video will be 4K. Just
Yes.
the gaming is upscaled.
that. Yes.
Video is native 4K.
Yeah, they said that Netflix was also gonna be.
Now, this is the thing. Like, I have Comcast. I'm capped.
Yeah.
So imagine I go over my cap all the time with just regular HD.
Yeah.
Imagine when you're streaming like a whole season of
4K
Luke
is
Cage
double.
at 4K.
Yeah.
You're gonna be going through your cap like nothing.
So they got to figure something out with
And
that
that's
too.
the other bad thing.
Yeah.
No HD Blu-ray.
Yeah. No high
What
ultra
the
high
freak?
definition Blu-ray. It's just a normal Blu-ray player. So there's no 4K content going
you
in there.
made that. You
Yeah, they
develop
make
it.
it.
Xbox has it. Xbox One S.
They had
That's-
a paid
that's like their
Sony
whole-
for that system.
Yeah, that's like their whole push right now. Like Xbox One S does have an HD Blu-ray.
but they don't have enhanced graphics for their Xbox One games from before. From what it says here, you can upscale enhanced graphics normal PS4 games, but Xbox One S doesn't enhance the graphics
It's
of the
because
older
their
games.
their GPU is not strong enough.
Yeah, because when you play a PlayStation Pro, they're gonna have an update on a certain version of games, of like the pro version of the games, and they're gonna have a different fidelity or a different. Say like I'm gonna put it in a nice term. If the guy's walking through a forest, there's only 2 or 3 trees on a normal PlayStation or a normal Xbox S. But on a pro version, since they have more RAM on it, they can put 20, 30, 40
With
trees on it
teraflops,
with
baby.
monkeys swinging and everything. And it feels more alive, and because they have more room to play with their RAM or with the space that they have, more teraflops or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're going to see out of the PlayStation Pro, which I am for that. You know, faster loading times and all that. You're going to see all that.
Yeah, and they very vaguely mentioned it.
No.
It is going to help VR.
Yes.
So basically, the
Definitely.
PlayStation VR, we've seen it being played on PlayStation 4s all over the place.
Yeah.
That is through a little breakout box and
But that's just to it's like
divide the signal.
Exactly, dividing the signal and just having a clean, clear 120 megahertz. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
It's
a
not like there's
processor.
a video
It's
card
not a
in there.
video card in there. There's no nothing. It's just clean, clear. You know, you're going 120 megahertz and you got something on the TV.
That's what
it.
gives you the ability to play something called like Playroom, where in the VR headset you're seeing something, but the people on the TV are seeing something else. That's
Yeah.
what helps with that.
Exactly.
So you're still gonna need that to hook it up to the Pro.
Yes.
But you're still gonna be able to improve your refresh rates
Yes.
on the screen, and you're the big VR enthusiast here. So that helps with what?
With either motion sickness or keeping it more realistic to your needs. If I'm moving to the left and if it takes some certain little flicker or some time that I see some slowdown, it throws me off. You're like,
brain's
hey, this is not real. This is not real. You know, you're not in the cave, or you're not swimming, or you're not jumping, or you're not hitting the ball because your hand's not moving exactly as smooth as your other hand. So when you have a smooth 120 megahertz rate on that, when your hand moves and that thing, you see it moving, but your brain's thinking that's the sword you're swinging, that is the bat you're hitting, or that's the person you're going to be swinging on.
And it keeps you from throwing up.
Yes,
Which
because
is the
what
big
happens
thing.
is the motion blur. When it slows down, you see a blur.
Because remember,
going
the
in there.
images, there's like basically like a screen where your eyes
Yeah.
are, and so it's just like how.
And it does make a difference.
These guys,
when
what
you
are
see
these
it,
guys?
man. It's
Anonymous.
Yes.
They hacked I think it was like a hospital that people that had seizures.
Yeah.
And on the screen, they would make the lights blink and stuff to force them to have seizures.
Yeah.
So basically, it's that rapid movement thing. That's why the refresh rates needs to be good, so that way the people don't get dizzy and don't start throwing up and stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
So that'll help with that.
if you want to see a comparison, get an iPhone or a phone and do the VR experience with it, and then do a real one, and you see a big difference.
Yeah. So
Then you know what we're talking about.
So now let's talk a little bit about the Xbox Scorpio. So
Okay.
they did talk about it being 6 teraflops.
Yes.
So this will be a stronger system than the PlayStation Pro is now.
Yes, it is.
We do not know how much RAM. We don't know about the hard drive. Hopefully they'll go to the hard drive style that the PlayStation has, where you can swap it out and not just have that one hard drive and you're stuck with it.
I do have to say this though. This is one of the reasons why PlayStation Pro had a kind of like, let's not make it too strong, because what's gonna happen is that you're gonna split your games. You're gonna have it make it run on one certain game, and then you're gonna make it have to run on the Pro or the PlayStation. You know, it's gonna be like a broken. It's harder for the guy to make the developers to make the game for a certain man. He's got 16 teraflops, but I got 1.8. Bro, that's a big difference. I could stick this much stuff, but then I have to cut it all the way down for the other people.
I'll
So
give you a good example of this. It's like Madden on the Vita and Madden on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
You could still play the same or Xbox. I mean, Major MLB The Show.
Yes.
It always comes out for both systems. You can play the game and it looks pretty decent, but you can see the big drop off in graphics power.
Yes.
So and then who do they develop for? Do they develop for the PlayStation and then port it down to the Vita, or vice versa? And a lot of the YouTubers are like, oh no, but they didn't make the PlayStation Pro sound too good. They couldn't, because if they made their PlayStation for like,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
look how much graphics this has, and look how much RAM this has, and then everybody's like, so the other one's a piece of crap then?
Yeah, like what am I gonna do
So,
with the
so do I
PlayStation
not
4
buy
then?
this one anymore and just buy
And
that
like- and
one?
like-
Exactly.
So they didn't
like-
want to cannibalize themselves.
or they don't want to make a whole new
Ex-
generation.
That's exactly what
You
you
know,
saying.
yeah, like they
He
didn't
said
want to
it
make it
himself.
a complete change where you're like, okay, this is PlayStation 4 and this is PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that everybody's talking about, the Project Scorpio. Is that going to be a new
Yeah, it
system?
is. It is.
And I think it is because
And
there's,
they
And their
wanna-
last
there's,
console.
there's too much
No.
there's too much power on
They're
it.
talking about that also.
They
Me,
really
me
think
and
that's
DJ
gonna-
Fuego were
You
talking
think
about
that's
that.
going to be the last console?
That's what they're trying to say because I think they're trying to move away and they're just trying to make into computers
Software.
and software. We're going to see what happens with
So-
Scorpio. That's
Okay,
what we're
so
gonna see,
that's
but-
like the last hurrah. Like if it works out, we continue. If not, we quit.
Yeah, and that's why they're going big or go back. Go
Go
back
big or
home.
go
Big or
home.
go home.
So that was the one thing I wanted to talk about. That I don't know if they're gonna have enough, playroom between. Okay, is this Xbox Scorpio version and then there's the Xbox version, or they're gonna cut themselves and be like, "That's the Xbox Scorpio. Forget about Xbox One."
They're
It
not
never
gonna be able to
existed.
make a Halo like 6 that works on both. It's like Halo
Exactly.
6 is this one and Windows 10, and that's it.
And like you said about the PSP, and that's one of the biggest gripes from developers. They hate going backwards. Yeah, I made the game. I have
And it's
4
full, and then you gotta
Yes,
figure
full.
out what to cut
Okay,
to make it
exactly.
fit.
Now I have to figure out every stage, everything to cut it down all the way down to how I can make it fit and work perfect.
If not, you compress it, and then you compress it, and then it starts
It's
bugging out, and it starts
stuff like that.
crashing.
And that's their biggest complaint, and that's why they're going a little bit
That's
bigger.
why they like you see the reports.
yes.
They're like, we want them to make bigger systems. Why? Because we just make it and it works, and that's it.
That's why we need more power. I know
Becau-
there's other people that say no, power doesn't make it. Yes, we need more power. We need more room. We need more room to play in.
4K takes a lot of memory.
It does.
HDR takes a lot of memory.
Hey, if we want to have experiences, and we got to make it the best experiences, and why not make it the most fidelity, whatever, HDR, 4K, more pixels, whatever we can, try to make it as powerful as we can.
Yeah, and the good thing is that our studio already has a better Xbox than the Scorpio.
Yes.
The PlayStation, the GameBros Show Studio
Oh, yeah.
has their PC, and we have actually 12 teraflops already. So we already maxed out on the teraflop front. So whatever Xbox has, we could push it on our system, and that's the good thing now that all the Xbox
We don't need an
games,
Xbox for
All
Xbox
the-
games
I
anymore.
know we could play
on
everything
Windows
on
10.
the Windows.
So all the reviews that we're gonna do for Xbox, we're gonna run them off of
A PC
the
too.
The PC.
So we're now doing PC. Thank you, Xbox.
So we're gonna take a quick break. So the break video this week's actually a highlight film made by our friends at Deadly in Action. So it's a group that's trying to get together, and they're gonna make basically they want to come together and make a team that's gonna be a competitive team that's gonna go out and compete in Halo, Battlefield, Rainbow Six, which is ours. Like, it just sucks that I wanted to play against them.
Yeah.
But they play on Xbox. We're PlayStation guys. Maybe we can figure out a way that we can make it happen. PlayStation, please do the cross-play thing so we can play against each other. Check out this video. It's very good. You're going to see the talent these guys have. And remember their names, Deadly in Action. DIA.
I'll never forget this day. I'll never forget this day. I'll never forget this day. never forget this day. I'll never forget this day. I'll never forget this day.
Welcome back to GameBros. So, what do you think of our guys, Deli in action?
I like the play where they killed everybody. I mean, from behind. Just look at them, just tearing them up. Just
They got skills, man. They got skills. Hopefully, they can get in one of these contests. I told them you got to. The only way you can become famous as a competitive gaming team, you got to enter a contest and you got to rake. You got to mop these people, murk them, whatever you want to call it. That's the only way you could become popular. Like highlight videos like this happen all the time.
yes.
But you actually have to do it in a competitive setting. You know, I could put up a highlight tape of me catching footballs left and right, and the Dolphins ain't gonna pick me up. But they're gonna help us out. We're gonna help them out. From now on, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play these videos. If you guys got highlights, send us the link. Post it on your YouTube. Send us the link, and we'll do our magic to get the video and post it up so you guys can get some spotlight.
Yeah.
And let us know. And we'll put you guys on blast. If not, we're gonna have to keep playing Prodigy's highlight tapes.
And you know
Mr.
those are the
Yeager.
best.
Mr. Yeager.
The Jägermeister. So, before we continue, so we had this big contest, the end of the summer contest, with
Yes.
new mobile. They gave out a Z8 phone, which that's what I wanted to win because my Nexus is all busted up. I also wanted to win the Shield by NVIDIA,
Yeah.
so I can plug it into my TV and not have to worry about getting an Xbox anymore. And we actually gave away an Xbox. And who was the winner?
The winner of the Xbox
Wait,
One from West Virginia, Derek Bloney.
They didn't. I couldn't hear the last name.
Derek Bloney is the winner of the
Bloney.
contest. Bloney, I'm sorry,
Bloney.
Bloney. It looks like a no. I am
Sorry,
so
my
sorry.
handwriting sucks. From West Virginia. So congratulations, Derek. We'll get the Xbox One out there to you. And hopefully you will enjoy playing all the Xbox classics like Gears of War, Halo 5, Forza, all that great stuff.
Record.
Record.
Prodigy, why are you laughing, man? Xbox is the bomb. Everybody's going to think we're PlayStation fanboys, which I'm not. I know Prodigy is, and so
Kind
is,
of. No.
No, I'm not a fanboy like those. Well, no, I don't believe in this. I love Sony. I actually love Sony. Sony gives me a check every week about talking about them. No.
Okay, speaking of Sony, they messed up once again.
I honestly hated their show. That thing they did, oh my gosh, that was the
They
worst
couldn't have
crap
picked the
ever.
two guys that they chose are
Oh my
very smart
goodness.
guys, but they are very bad at public speaking. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, man.
This is a Pixel, and this is a 4K Pixel. And this is what it looks like on a nice TV, which you guys are not looking through. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to show you all the good, nice things. And guess what? You guys are looking at on your phones or your
TV, but it's
TVs,
still
but
not
it's
good
not
enough.
even, it's just HD, so you can't even know what I'm talking about.
And the
So
thing
this
is, you can have a 4K TV that doesn't have HDR.
Yeah.
So it's like you're still
You're
stuck.
stuck.
You're like, okay, what's HDR?
And that's what everybody's saying. Like, if you have a 4K and you don't have HDR, honestly, it's like, it's so dumb.
This is
killing
basically
yourself.
how they try to market PlayStation VR. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, whatever he's looking in that headset looks amazing. Trust us. Even though
Trust
you
us.
can't see us, you just see.
But we play VR, and now we know what they're talking about because it's true. You can't explain when I look
That's
at.
why I'm trying to stream as much as we can before it comes out.
Yeah,
so
like-
people can see what it is.
But the thing is that you're looking on the screen. It's totally different when you're on the headset because you see a little room and we were playing the archery game.
And it's still 2D though.
Yeah, it's still 2D, but when Prodigy was playing and then I played it, I'm like, what?
It is in 3D. Like
like-
you actually see.
It looks like it's like 20
it's
feet
deep.
tall and like.
You can feel like that's the thing. You look at it and you're like, dude, that's like 40 feet away. This is like 20 feet tall. That beam is like it looks like a real beam. Like
And you can hide behind it and move
yeah,
and
move
duck
and stuff. It's crazy. You
And,
get to
and what
see
sucks is
that
that
sense.
we actually played in the studio.
Yeah.
So we have to move stuff around to make room. So
Yeah.
we're bumping into stuff and hitting things, and then we
Super
gotta
fun.
try to grab each other. Like, come on, center yourself. And
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how they're gonna do because like we play with two.
yeah, we
three-
have a studio. Like other
But at the
people
same
don't
time-
have a room.
Yeah,
At the same time, the HTC Vive has 2 sensors, so it detects
And it
a
helps.
room, a field,
yeah.
so you kind of know where you're supposed to be in the game.
Like the PlayStation's not gonna do that, and I don't know how people are gonna manage to play the game or
Oculus is
knock
sitting
each
down.
other, knock each other out or anything like that, or even having a sense of where the controller is. I know the PlayStation doesn't have that like the HTC Vive, where you can see your controllers if you need to. Like we need 2 people to set the game up, put the goggles on. All right, center me. Where am I? And orient it, and then let's start playing. And then
Yeah.
sometimes we still bump into things and swing at stuff. And
But
I got
see,
a
that's
black
the
eye
thing.
the other day.
That's the thing, though. Like, I thought that the HTC Vive, the camera in the front, I thought when you got close, it would show you.
Show you, yeah.
Like the camera would turn on. Is it that I didn't turn the setting on or something?
Maybe. I guess so. I the other day I did see the camera in the front.
Yeah,
It looks
yesterday
pretty nice.
we hacked into that camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought that's what the point was. So you could check your phone if you look down and not.
Yeah, that was weird. Maybe it's a button. I don't know.
Maybe the guy from No Man's Sky got together with HTC and they sold us a bill of goods.
Bill of lies. I'm
Bill of
almost there.
lies.
I'm almost to the center of the universe. I
With
really
the 2
want to
black
get
holes
there.
already.
I figured out the game. Like honestly, you just make a lot of money in the beginning, buy your
That's the story of life.
yeah no, but like this is like the shortcut of beating it. You make a lot of money. It's really easy. Just mine, sell everything. Don't worry about it.
Try to find that diamond planet and just chill there. the
Yeah,
whole
like
time.
find a good planet if you can. But then all you got to do is upgrade your
Warp drive.
your warp drive to the maximum one. It's very hard. It's very easy. Aluminum and nickel and 3 something. I forgot what they're called. That's it. You can travel everywhere, which is crazy. And I just travel real fast. Boom, 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 and you find some black holes.
Roger,
And
you never
you
turned
could-
on the audio.
you could get it. You could get it going.
Hello.
So
Hello, what's up, guys? It's Dave. How's it going?
what's
What's
up,
up?
Dave? How you doing, man? Thanks for calling in.
There's something that's pissing me off about the PlayStation now. Did you see that they increased the price?
No.
They increased the price from 50 to 60.
He's talking about PlayStation Plus.
Oh, PlayStation Plus.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah. And like I know for most people that's not a thing, but for the people who can't afford that 60, every year, like what do you think? Do you
Okay.
think because they're not changing anything. They're not giving extra games, nothing. They're just increasing the price.
And actually, if between me and you, they're giving crappier games.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
noticed
so,
that.
like,
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
wait,
Now
wait,
we need to pay $10 extra for
Wait.
basically
Do you
nothing
have
else.
Twitter?
Do I have Twitter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you follow GameBros Show? I would make
Okay.
sure you would never ever pay $60 for PlayStation Plus
Okay.
because I'm always posting up on our Twitter different sales, and I've always paid $30 for mine
For the whole year?
for the whole year. I'm always
Damn.
hey, go to Newegg. Newegg has got a whole year's of PlayStation Plus for $30, or go to Best Buy, or go to. And if you follow us on Twitter, you'll get all those kind of sales, and I'm always putting them on so people can even games when there's games on sale. I'll put hey look Rainbow Six, like my friend Midfield Maestro got his that way. I told him hey look Midfield $30 with the season pass, thought you can't lose, and it's like okay I'm gonna jump on it. But I understand
yeah,
though.
and don't you also do this on your Instagram? Shout out at the GameBros Show.
Thank you, appreciate it. We do sometimes, but more on Twitter because I can't just put like a price. It looks kind of weird on Instagram. But at the same time, I agree with you though. Like
Yes.
for some people, $10, you're like, okay, I won't eat a Big Mac today. But for young gamers, it's difficult. And or for me, I have kids that love to game. My 3 boys all play. And for them to play Rainbow Six with me, they all need to have PlayStation Plus accounts. Same thing with you and Prodigy, right?
Yeah.
So
we just game share. So
Game share and we can get
But
it.
you game share, but you gotta have your PlayStation Plus to play multiplayer though.
you gotta have one guy, which is the one who's giving it to me. So it's Richie. I'm getting his PlayStation off of.
But you're not getting his PlayStation Plus. You have to have your own.
No, I don't.
Yes, Prodigy has to have PlayStation Plus, and DJ Fuego has to have one.
No, because we're game sharing.
You're sharing the game, but you're not sharing the Plus.
You're sharing the actual the thing.
I guess so.
It counts as your account. It's really complicated. It's really complicated.
No, but explain it to me.
On the next show next week, we'll
Yeah,
explain the whole
because
Plus and
it's
game
the
share.
whole activation with your account and
We're gonna make a
and
video of
everything.
this because I think the masses needs to know this.
yes.
Yeah, help me save $60 a year.
Yeah, we could all work together, pay the 60 together, and that's it. We all share PlayStation Plus.
No, but yeah, we do agree. I mean, they are getting crappier games, and yes, we're not getting anything from those $10. I
Like,
mean, they're
didn't
getting
Sony get hacked the other day and
Yeah.
it went down for a while?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and they're constantly doing
Poodle
some maintenance and stuff like that. And I see, and we're not getting good rep from it because they made
Survey?
a survey, and Xbox is the best service for your buck. You know, you're paying good service, and they have faster logins, and they have no downtimes, less downtimes. They have better service and stuff like that. So we have to one up on that. You know, what are we paying for?
Agreed.
So I do agree. I don't know what we gotta do. Either go on strike or something, but we'll see what we can do about that. But like, the only thing we can do is just follow GameBros on Twitter and get those rebates.
Yeah, get it for $30, man.
promotion.
Stick it to 'em.
Good promotion.
Hey, thanks
All right,
for
well,
calling in, man.
Thank you. And before I hang up, I just want to say one thing.
Oh no.
All right?
Yeah.
Go Seminoles.
Oh my
Oh, you
God.
punk.
Dog.
No,
Oh, my
Dave.
God. And
Dave,
you know what? He
punk.
hung up before we could even respond.
I know, right?
I knew it. He did on purpose.
I saw a little meme where the little FSU guy is crying.
I know, right? He's gonna
Yeah.
say go FSU after they got rocked this weekend.
I know, right?
And then,
yeah.
Louisville just put it
Going
to
to
him.
I think they went down to like what 13th place out of
No.
all the.
They went down a lot.
Yeah, they went down pretty far.
The kid that tried to shoot up your school. Nah, I know who it is.
Who? Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna say, but we'll continue. So speaking of Sony and messing things up,
Oh yeah. So
um,
what happened to you? Tell us the story. What's going on?
well, they delayed another game again.
The
Last Guardian got delayed once again.
Oh yeah.
So Last Guardian, for you guys don't know, the same people that made Eco and Shadow of the Colossus, which were good games to me. For other nerds out there, they think it's like the world's greatest game that ever lived.
It's like Zelda, but better.
No, IGN doesn't think so. IGN says it's like, piece of garbage. It's
No.
not that great.
No, man.
No,
Really?
they drool over
yeah.
Guardian and
Ah, it's
Eco.
So what article did I read about?
It's probably some new guy that just came in the office and doesn't really
Some
know
guy-
what's going on.
Yeah, he hasn't gone with the thing, but
He's-
whatever. But Last Guardian got delayed once again. They're like, oh, we
Yes.
were almost finishing the game, and we found out there was a bunch of bugs in it. I think this is gonna be another No Man's Sky is gonna come out and just gonna make the game look like crap, and then Sony's stock is gonna drop some more. Another game that got delayed, which I was very upset, is South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
Ubisoft's part, right?
Yeah, Ubisoft's
Ubisoft.
game. I actually played the first one. If you pre-order the Shattered Butthole, you actually get the first one, the Stick of Truth, for free, which is a good deal. It's a very fun old school RPG. I was excited to play this because they basically make a whole thing on the Civil War. So you got DC versus Marvel. That's what the Fractured Butthole's about. So I actually was dying to play it. It kind of sucks that they got postponed, but
Yeah.
that life goes on. What are we gonna do?
Keep playing Rainbow.
So that's the bad news out of the way. The good news is that Battlefield 1 had 13.2 million people
Yes.
playing it. The biggest
Record.
record-setting demo of all time.
Yes.
We weren't able to talk about it last week because we had some, Andy was in the studio, and for some reason, every time Andy comes into the studio, the computer takes a crap.
It didn't get updated. That's what it was.
And like, oh my gosh, Andy's here.
Yeah.
The
It's funny because
the PC
Andy,
master.
the Andy, like we know, he just said what's up.
Shout out to Andy. Both of them. The PC master and Andy are a good friend. So, Battlefield 1, what do you guys think about it? We didn't get to talk about it last time. Just really quick, I thought the game was hectic and crazy, like World War One was.
Yeah. It did kind of feel more realistic in that sense, that it's very hectic and crazy because it's like, I don't know, like you had to survive and kill people and stab them and do something, whatever you had to do to try to get yourself to kill them and survive at the same time. But I had a thing for the guns. They're old school. You keep playing these new school games and you have their nice guns and rainbow and stuff like that. And then
It's kind of hard to go back.
Yeah, it's like kind of hard to go back. But
I iron sights kill me, man.
I hate it too. But
Dang, why is it?
But
doing
honestly, this game has so much. Oh man, like the sound is so beautiful. The explosions, the way the fire when you burn people and they turn crispy. It's
Switch it to the game then, Prodigy.
I think it doesn't the same thing. I guess not.
and the effects of the tanks and stuff like that, and the weather effects is amazing. It really cuts it down. You can't see nothing in front of you. It really affects the gameplay. I think it's awesome the way they did it.
The sound is impeccable.
I played their
Dice is-
Battlefields, and
Dice
this
is
is
always
the
a
best
really
sound.
good with sound.
Like man, the explosions, everything. You like if it's like 50 feet away, you can really hear that it's 50 feet away. And you're like, dang, that's 50 feet. He's coming, or the gunshots and stuff like that. It's like what they're coming and stuff like that. It's crazy, like just the sound. Then you got the lighting and the graphics and everything else. The sound, the sand, and everything looks good. The rocks. Some people say that it kind of looks like Battlefront, and it kind of does. When I looked at it, I'm like, this is Battlefront, just different people, no laser guns.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Prodigy was killing it. He loved it. He loves that game, right?
I think it was a good. I honestly think it was a step in the right direction because, like a lot of people, I was kind of getting tired of the same modern guns and the same thing over and over again, just different maps.
Yeah, because
And
once
I don't
everything starts feeling the same, it kind of like
Camera.
feels like a DLC update.
Yeah.
So this actually feels like a different game. So my hats off to our friends over there in Sweden, the guys
Sweden.
that make Battlefield. They did a great job. Can't wait to play the actual game. Speaking of Battlefront, they have the new DSC. They had.
DLC.
I stopped playing Battlefront because I play every other game that exists.
Yeah.
But when I was setting everything up, I was watching the video. I'm like, God, this game is freaking amazing.
It looks amazing. I mean, the sound and everything is on par with everything. Like, I saw Prodigy playing it again because of the whole DLC thing, and it looks amazing. It's beautiful.
And they added the Death Star. Now you could do the whole.
The thing was that it lacked content. It's the same game.
beginning,
It's okay,
beginning.
destroy the walkers. That's it. Or just play the hero game. That's it. That's what everybody used to play. And
now
that was it.
now you could
Now
do
you
space
can-
battles.
Space battle. I mean, that's amazing. And the way they did that new style of game, Prodigy can explain how that new style of gameplay they got.
It's kind of like what they're doing in Battlefield 1, where it's a lot of phases that happen.
Oh.
So in the Death Star one, where you first do it, you got to take down you go on the spaceship, and then you got to take out the different defenses, like the little lasers and whatever, and then
Yeah.
you breach into the hull of the Death Star. And what you do is lower the shields of where you would throw the little bomb to destroy the inside.
The torpedo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to
Photon
lower the
torpedoes.
shield and everything.
Remember, you
So-
gotta put it through the hole the
Yeah.
size of a wombat.
Yeah.
That sounds big as a wombat. We do that back at home.
Hello.
Welcome to the GameBros show.
Good morning, cadets.
Good morning.
Okay, so it's Dave. Well, I have one, but since you guys were talking about Battlefield 1, but the stream is a little bit delayed, so I don't know where you guys are.
Okay.
But this has happened before, where it was just World War One, and everyone was like, "Let's go into the future."
Yes.
And
I
then now
remember.
we're gonna go back into World War Two again, and it's gonna be World War Two for like the next 15 years, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, enough of this bullshit," and then we're gonna go back to modern, and then the cycle's just gonna keep repeating.
That's how it has to be, though.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just keep doing
we can't
it
go to
over.
World War III until we start it.
But and then the other thing is, since Call of Duty now is gonna be since Battlefield is gonna be World War One, and nobody really wanted World War One, but there is a really big hype for World War One now. You think the next Call of Duty is gonna be World War One because people want that, or World War Two, like to copy Battlefield One?
I think they would go back because they're already in the future. I don't think they're gonna keep it going unless it's really good.
But then that's gonna I know. But would they do World War One or World War Two? Because then if they do World War
I don't
Two,
think they'll
they
go
would
back
kind
at
of
all.
split the games.
I don't think they're just gonna remaster like what they're doing now.
I think they'll just go back to like a World War II after some new war or something like that.
Vietnam or something.
Yeah, do something different. They have to do something different because they're seeing the cycle of doing something different is kind of catching on because they did the future one before last year. They had the future and it was going good and everybody liked it. Now, hey, let's do it in space and let's do that. And that's catching too. So now it's like, I don't know. They're going to have gods killing each other with
That's
guns.
the thing, though. Back when what Dave's talking about, we were talking about right when there was Brothers in Arms.
Yeah.
There was Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
There was like 20 World War II games during that time. So right now there's hardly any that.
Like 3.
And I understand that it looks in paper like PlayStation. Battlefield 1 looks like it's the hottest thing ever. We have to wait and see though because it's a novelty. It's something new.
Yeah.
Now let's see if it has legs and let's see if people really want to keep playing World War One. I remember when this game came out, Titanfall. Everybody's like, Titanfall is the greatest thing ever. Look how cool it is. And then it only lasted a month.
That's what
and
I
people
think is
stopped
going to
playing.
happen with Battlefield 1.
I
Same
think
thing-
Battlefield 1 is probably going to last like a month too.
Yeah.
Because I'm a really big Battlefield fan. I've been playing since like Battlefield Vietnam. And for me, Battlefield 1, it just felt, maybe it was because it was one map, but it just felt too boring. Like I would play one round, and halfway through the round, I would be like, God, this is really
It's
boring.
just
Like,
too
there's nothing to
slow.
do.
Like the tanks
My
and
thing
the
is that
vehicles.
Because yeah, everyone like our generation, mine and Julian's generation, we're so used to like open world, like
Helicopters
you want jets, here you go, you want bombs, nuclear bombs, like all this stuff, and then now we go back to World War One, and it's like
What?
It's the same thing with
you want a plane?
GT5.
I mean,
No, we're
it's a plane.
we're
but it's not
riding
really a plane.
horses.
Like,
It's
do
like the
what you want.
GT5 effect with Saints Row. Like you get
Yeah.
Saints Row, it's like, oh, it's an open world game. I could do whatever I want. But where's my planes? Where's my helicopters? There is none. So you're like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of the same game. My thing is like I chose to be a sniper. It is super hard to snipe because you can't really see that well.
Yeah.
And the guns, you're like, okay, I'm gonna head shoot them, and the bullet doesn't even reach. You're like, what the freak?
Honestly, I think sniping in this game
What
is
you
easier
gotta
than
do is
Battlefield
adjust the lens
44.
and it has meters and stuff like
I
that.
ain't
But
got time for that.
yeah, I know it's totally different. I honestly predict it's not gonna last.
It's just like this game
Yeah.
before it came out. The one you used to trap the monsters. What's that thing called? That now is free to play.
yeah, Paragon or whatever.
No.
I know the one
Evolve.
bad guy. and
Evolve.
Yeah.
Everybody tried it out, and Evolve is the greatest thing. And then it came out for a month, and it was like, oh, this sucks. So we have to wait and see.
Yeah, even Battlefield and Battlefront. I mean, it was the same
Honestly,
thing.
Call of Duty, on YouTube they talk bad about it, but the campaign looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Would you now if they go into the future, you're almost getting into like Halo 5 territory.
Yeah.
Like how much further can they go?
It doesn't really matter. Call of Duty can do what they want. They're still gonna sell more than Battlefield and Halo either way, even if no one likes it. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's Call of Duty for
It's
you.
just like Madden. Madden sold like I forgot like
Madden is the same
millions of
thing every
copies.
year, but they're just like, oh, there's new animations, and it gets like millions of sales.
And
Exactly.
you could gang tackle now.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate the questions.
All right, one more thing before I hang up.
No FSU crap, man.
No, something else. Let's go 49ers.
I knew it.
Oh Lord, have mercy. We're gonna have to exercise him and brainwash him to the.
No, we gotta
What are we
teach
gonna tell him? The Dolphins? The hell, they suck
They
too.
suck.
So DLC for Battlefront. You guys got to get it. I think it's awesome. You guys,
Yeah, it's a game changer right there.
how many times you get to do that trench run and actually take out the Death Star? I think it's cool. I think they knocked it out of the ballpark.
And you
with
get
that
to
game.
play with Chewbacca and R2D2.
What?
And that lizard guy, and then Darth Vader's interceptor, and then Luke Skywalker's spaceship.
Star,
Whatever it's
called.
X-Wing?
X-Wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome. So that's it for the news, basically. So
Yes.
let's really quick a rundown of the games that are coming out this week. There's hardly any. 2 of them are actually from next week, which I just added on just to
Cover our
to
ass
make
in
it
case
a
we-
little bigger. So one of the games that's coming out is Batman. It actually came out already, but this is
What,
episode
the
2.
Telltale game?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They actually revamped their engine.
Oh, this is VR.
Wow, it's pretty cool. I didn't know they had.
Oh,
that.
yeah. Let's talk about VR real quick. We have been talking about VR, but something I wanted to talk about. So they announced the demo for it. So when you
games.
get the headset, you're gonna get a demo CD. What the hell's a demo? These kids are asking.
What the?
I don't know if Prodigy knows what demos are. So back in the day, they used to give us demos so we could try the games out before they came out. So it enticed us to buy these games. So I thought it was freaking awesome that they actually have a demo disc that has 20 games in it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, they need to do something when you get the VR.
Because like we talked about, it's kind of hard to say, you know this game, Job Simulator, it is awesome because of this, and this. But you're like, okay, but I can't see it.
Like,
So
I
now
don't
they
know.
can see it.
Exactly. Like, hey, you come check it out. I explained to Prodigy about Job Simulator. He didn't like, okay, I guess so. But once he played, he's like, bro, I could play this thing forever. Like, this is so cool. Like, it's really retarded. You're just working,
You
but
could do
for
whatever.
some
You could
reason-
actually do your job, and you have fun doing the job because it's not just. It's kind of goofy.
Yeah, it's
Or
really
you could
cool.
just sit there and just mess around with crap. My 5-year-old son, Bastion, all he does is shake sodas and throw them so he can see them fly around the Quickie Mart or the 7-Eleven, stuff like that. So I'm actually tipping my cap to the PlayStation people for actually including a 20 game.
Yes, very nice.
And that's not to mention the PlayStation World that already comes with it.
Yeah,
So right there, and the PlayStation, what's it called, Playroom?
Playroom, yeah.
And that has a bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah,
so.
they really want everybody to play all different types of games and have a lot of content while you're playing it.
So if VR is gonna succeed, this is it.
yes, this is
If
gonna be it. This
PlayStation
is-
fails, VR's dead, because Oculus, you don't hear.
no,
You don't hear Oculus sold 20 million headsets.
or there's
or
no new
HTC
game
Vive,
coming
you don't
out
hear.
that's really gonna push it or anything like that. You know, some news that are like, hey, guess what? This game's coming out for VR. Everybody has to get it.
Or
There's nothing
because
like
you
that.
don't hear HTC. Like how many people you know
No,
have
no,
a headset?
Nobody even talks about that stuff.
Prodigy, how many people you know have a headset?
No one.
Everybody's trying to get them payments.
It's
man.
just
it's too expensive.
everyone that I know is getting PlayStation VR.
And
That's
screw you
what
guys. You guys do know
everybody
somebody.
is.
Me. But that's my point though. So it's kind of hard. So if VR is gonna succeed, it has to be through PlayStation.
Yes, and
PlayStation
everybody's
has to make it
waiting
succeed.
for that too. HTC, everybody's waiting to see. Okay, is it the price point? Is everybody gonna get it? Is everybody gonna touch it, feel it, use it, get on it? Definitely, I am.
And so most of the stuff is always, oh, but is there content? There's 20 games right there,
Yeah,
and they're all
There's gonna
different
be
kinds.
50 games by the end of the year.
And they're all different. They're from your actions to your shooters to your sports to messing around, eating crap games. There's a plethora.
Yes.
There's enough for everyone. So I thought that's why I wanted to include that.
So
that was
they're
pretty
they're
good.
doing it really good, Sony. They didn't drop the ball with that. I really give them that. They're really taking their VR very seriously. They just don't take their pro seriously.
Yep. So going back to what's coming out this week, like I said, Batman: The Tall Tale, episode 2. It's a awesome game. Episode 1 was good. It set up a lot of stuff about Batman and what he's trying to do in Gotham City and all that stuff. So this is episode 2. For the people that don't know, Telltale Games makes those choose your own adventure kind of games.
Yeah.
Where depending on your decisions, kind of mold the story to what you want it to be. So you could mold your Batman to be a regular hero, or you could beat the crap out of everybody and be that, Dark Knight that, a lot of people want Batman to be.
The Dark Knight.
So that the second episode comes out on the 20th for all the systems, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, all that stuff. The other one is Dear Ether, Hallmark Edition, and this is basically one of those walking simulators.
Yeah.
So you can walk around and see the story, unwind, and see what happens. Oh, back to the Batman thing. It lets you stream it and lets people it pauses the game. So if you're streaming it, you can have your viewers choose the stuff for you. So I thought that was
great idea.
So I thought that was a good addition. I wished Until Dawn had something like that.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
So, like I said, Dear Esther, sorry. It's coming out. And then the next one is Virginia. And this is another walking simulator. Kind of looks like Firewatch, but it also has the whole Telltale setup where you choose your different Avengers, stuff like that. I thought it looks pretty cool. I'm actually going to get it, and I'm actually going to stream it. So you guys can check out Virginia.
I know, right?
That's every time you said it.
Virginia, you're playing with little kids in spandex, I see.
What the hell's that from? That went right
From
over my
Dragon
head.
Ball Pay.
What the? That's some bootleg Dragon Balls. You don't come with that in our show, man.
Hey, Virginia.
Man, freaking Goku's turning in his grave right now.
No, it's Krabby Patties. Carrot cake.
So next week on the 27th, XCOM and Enemy. No, this one's
Aliens.
I forgot what the subtitle of it. It's XCOM 2. Did you guys ever play XCOM?
I saw it was really cool.
I played it for free. Remember, Rich?
Yeah.
So,
I love XCOM. It's like
really
one
good.
of those strategy games
Yeah.
that it's permanent death. So like if you create a character and he dies, they're done.
That's it.
So it kind of makes you choose very wisely and all the stuff. I think it's cool. You guys should try it. And of course, FIFA 17. It is another soccer game. And like David said, people buy it no matter what.
Yes.
And so basically now this time around you can it uses a Frostbite engine.
Frostbite.
So the characters look
Much better. More
super
realistic. Yes.
And and it has this whole story mode where you're taking a kid from like the slums and actually make him play for Manchester United type of thing. So it's like a story mode to it.
The story of... I forgot his name. The Brazilian guy.
So let's get into reviews. I just wanted to go over a little bit of the PlayStation 4 update.
Oh, yeah. 4.0.
What do you think of it, Prodigy? You like it? You like it a lot?
I like it a lot. I actually like it for real. Like, I think it's super smart what they did with the update. It changes a lot.
It's new, but it still feels old. Like when you turn it on, you just like, okay, what changed?
Yeah, they didn't do
But the
you kinda
main
feel-
menu, it does. Like, once you log in, it does look different.
And everything under the hood it's all awesome stuff they added. And it's kind of like, why didn't you guys do this before?
Yeah, like to me, it's like, did that really take that much time to figure out?
it took you guys
We
3
need
years.
folders. And it's the same thing, Like I honestly thought it was gonna be like a GUI experience, like open a folder, there's
And
games
some animations
in there,
and stuff.
or something like that. But no, it's like, guess what? We're gonna make another slide bar, and then you slide all the way across to pick your games.
Yeah.
So I was like, what? No, but it's cool. It did everything what we really needed and some more.
The quick
And
menu.
honestly, the quick menu is the best
That's the
feature
MVP?
of the 4.0. Yes, you hold that PS button, and the quick feature comes out to the side, and you can do everything on that side button while still playing in the game.
Yeah, like, I want to fix my headset volume. I want to go to
Game
the
chat.
one. Exactly, that's the one that I
Yes.
love the most. Because I never changed it before. You guys make me
I
change
know,
from
I
game
don't
chat
like
to
that
group
thing.
chat.
It's
They have a
because
phobia against
you-
talking to people on the game.
No, we go to game chat to talk to them in the game when we're playing ranked.
Yeah,
That's why. But if it's a full squad, we stay in party chat.
yeah. But then the other features too is adjusting the volumes, adjusting your is you
Everything.
could set up all everything.
And you could
The cool
customize
feature
that
is
too.
the trophies. You can like while you're playing the game, it has the game on top. You go to the game, you go check
Quick
your
menu.
trophies,
It's on
who's
quick
playing
menu.
this game, and stuff like that, and it automatically sets the trophies that you're missing on top. So you don't have to scroll down, go look for like before you had to go
like,
get
where
out, go
am
look
I?
for trophies, go look for the game. Okay, now which trophy am I missing? No, it's all there. Like boom, 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 boom.
Open the quick menu. The game's
It's
right there.
awesome. I mean, you could check your friends. You don't have to go. You know how it
Yeah,
was.
you,
It was
you gotta
daunting.
go like to 20 different. Like go here, go into that
Yeah.
one, then from there go to this one. It's all like laid out.
To me, it's
nice.
like, why don't you just take all that crap off and just put quick menu and that's it.
Yeah. So we give them a thumbs up. I'm thinking.
Yeah, definitely. Thumbs up. I would like to see some GUI features. But yeah, we can't get it, but we got a
Next
lot
one,
of
4
good
point-
stuff.
4.1.
4.1. We're waiting for that one.
All right. So to finish off, I just wanted to talk a little bit about NBA 17. Yes, it's another basketball game. Yes, it looks amazing. Yes, it plays good. Yes, it's all the stuff that you're used to. But something that I like that they did something called the Prelude. So basically, it's like downloading a demo of the game, but it's actually a piece or part of the game. Like it lets you do
Yeah.
your creative player.
Yeah.
And you make him play through his college years, and then from there you get drafted into the NBA, and it's got trophies, and you get trophies, and you get all that stuff, and I thought it was a good idea, like a way to let people try out the game before it came out, kind of hook them into buying the game.
Yeah,
And it's
'cause
like,
you're
"Hey,
like,
you want to
okay."
continue? You did so well. Why don't you continue and
In
get
the
them drafted
NBA.
into the NBA? And I thought that was a very smart idea. You could scan your face and all that good stuff.
They don't do that no more. I remember back then when we used to play, they used to have demos that was more incentive, like do this stage and fight this bad guy, and you're gonna kill him, and then boom, hey, you want to finish the game, keep playing. They don't do that no more.
Yeah, especially when this whole digital, because you could lock it and then you could buy it and then it unlocks the full game.
Exactly.
And then that's it. You just keep playing. I don't understand why they don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they don't do it as much. I know there's some that they do it, but they don't do it as much. I would think like every game would do something like that.
Yeah.
To try to throw that game out. And this game's very big. They don't really have to throw a demo out.
They don't have no competition.
Exactly. There's
not
no
like- there's
NBA
no live.
other game. There's no nothing. This is it. And they still did it. And I think that's nice to catch all the other people. And they're thinking, smart.
And their whole
the
be a
people that
pro
don't get-
or,
don't have it.
create your own character thing
Yeah.
is super in depth. The guy that plays the Human Torch?
Yeah.
He's actually in the game. And he's like kind of like I made myself as a shooting guard.
Yeah.
So he's a point guard. So he's going back and forth and he's teaching you how to play and he's incentivizing you to become better and this and that. So it has this whole like story to it. And it's super in depth. Like it tells you like, let's say on Monday, do you want to do team practice? Do you want to go home? Do you want to go to a party? I chose to go to a party, and the coach then texts you, "Oh, why didn't you come to team practice? Because you missed team practice. Guess what? You're getting your playtime cut."
Dang.
So you're like, "Oh crap!" So it kind of makes it feel like a real NBA, and then it tells you, "Oh, you gotta go do charity work." And then your homeboy is like, "Hey, let's go chill," and you're like, "Okay, should I do charity work or should I chill with my homeboys?" But if you don't chill with your homeboys, your team chemistry goes down, or so.
Yeah, it's
So-
a lot of different things. That's
so-
cool.
so
I think they should make it into like a real role-playing game into it.
Yeah,
this
because
is real basketball. It's
it's
not
supposed to
fake.
be
It's
an
a real
NBA
sport.
simulator.
Exactly. And I think that's a great way of doing it. It just sucks that there's no competition, so they could keep pushing, better.
Making it better and better.
Yeah.
But 2K does a good job. So MLB's the same. MLB doesn't really have anything pushing it.
Yeah.
They actually had some cuts in their staff, but they're still gonna keep making the game. And they're a game that keeps improving every year. They become better and better.
Yeah.
So that's basically it, boys. We want to thank everybody for watching. We want to thank everybody for participating, all the callers that called in. We want to thank DIA, Daily in Action, for their highlight video. If you guys, like I said, if you guys want to get your videos put on, just send us a link. Just put it in the chat, and we'll eventually get it in the comments or whatever, and we'll get the video and we'll post it on our show. Any closing comments, Prodigy?
No.
What about you, DJ Fuego?
No, I just want to thank everybody that got into the contest and announced the winner, Derek Blani. Just in case you guys missed it or anything, it's out there. Just thank you for going to the contest. We're gonna keep doing those contests. We're gonna have contests next week, weekly. You know how we do. Just share and repost everything, Twitter, Facebook, every media services. GameBros, we do it for you guys. We're here doing everything with all the good news and good comments, and we do it live, and we have people Skype and do everything with us. It's not a listen to just us and don't participate show. It's you guys have a say. You guys can comment, do whatever you guys want with it, and we go with you guys.
Yeah. Like we always say, live in your world but play in ours, GameBros. Peace.